At the beginning of the campaign, here's what I thought an Ottawa Senators trade deadline video would sound like this season. So the Sens are in last by 45 points. They had a good run, and they're trading everybody. Instead, they are comfortably in a playoff position and may even get home ice, may even win the Northeast Division. Whether you're a fan of them or not, though, you gotta love that about hockey. If you play hard, anything can happen. But now the Sens find themselves in a position where, well, most of the time the team would be a buyer. So should the Sens be a buyer at the deadline? I say no. It probably wouldn't hurt them to pick up like one or two very minor kind of role player pieces. But no matter what, no matter how they're getting it done, this young team coached by Paul McLean has got themselves to where they are on their own. With Alfredsson, Spezza, and Mahalik leading the young troops, obviously led by Erik Karlsson. Alex Auld has barely been used this season, but Craig Anderson's got it done in net. Anderson's out with an injury right now, but it's not exactly expected to be long. And if after a couple games they find themselves really displeased with Alex Auld, they still have Robin Lehner in the minors. So do the Sens have holes? Absolutely. But here's the key reason why they don't buy at the deadline, or don't buy much. Because before he re-signed, these guys were rumored to be in on Tuomo Ruutu. That's a big buy. Stick to the blueprint. They shed the fat, picked up all sorts of guys at the 2011 draft, 3 first-rounders. They went into the season with a young team. They're rebuilding. Forget where they are in the standings for a sec. They went into the season with the plan that they were going to have a mostly young team with a few veterans. And apparently an amazing coach with an equally amazing mustache. Now, when the team stumbled hard out of the gate, and I mean hard out of the gate, they didn't panic. No one really got fired. They didn't make any big trades. They just stayed the course. And for the same reason that it was a good idea not to panic then, it's a good idea not to get too excited now. Go into the playoffs, see what your boys can do, and get as far as you can. And if it's only the first round, so what? Most people had you coming in last. But Columbus took that pressure off pretty quick. And even if they get eliminated in the playoffs in the offseason, stay the course, stick with the blueprint, focus on re-signing restricted free agent and top defensive scorer in the entire NHL, Erik Karlsson, and use all the experience you gained the season before going forward. And besides, when it comes to buying, who are you going to trade? Your pending UFAs are Jesse Winchester, Zenon Konopka, Matt Karkner, Philip Kuba, and Alex Auld. Maybe you get something for Kuba, but why? He's actually been decent. And restricted free agents, you got Nick Foligno, Peter Regan, Jim O'Brien, Kaspar Stulgavinch, Brian Lee, and of course Erik Karlsson, like I already said. And by the way, it's not Dogavins, it's Stulgavinch. Even I'm butchering it, but I'm in the ballpark. So what should the Sens do on trade deadline day? Just sit back, point, and laugh at all the other teams overpaying for players. Or in Paul McLean's case, just stroke your epic stash.